All right, welcome in. Friday live stream. We'll try to keep doing this as long as people keep tuning in. And if not, then I'll just do it by myself. We can talk to ourselves. No big deal. So we're going to cover Bitcoin first. We're going to take a look at, obviously you got to start with Bitcoin to know where your altcoins are going to go. What are your odds? We'll start with the short time frame, maybe briefly. Then we'll get to some requests. But I'm going to do Bitcoin first because I think that's the most important to, cover your bases. So welcome in all. Appreciate you taking time out to join me. Tell your boss, Chase is live. I've got to go. All right, take your lunch break now. Just do it. All right, let's go. All right, so 4 hour Bitcoin so far. Previous support. We lost it big time. And now first test was resistance. Second test, resistance. Right, we're doing this right now. We closed this 4 hour candle in 18 minutes. So we need to watch this next. Right, this is our actual true test. First time, you're usually going to reject. Right, previous support usually flips to resistance. The second time is the true test to win. You're going to turn more bullish or you're actually going to turn bearish here. So probably not going to be this candle, but by the next candle, so 4 hours from now, about 4 p.m. Eastern time, where did the candle close? So it's one of two scenarios. We're either going to reject, and in which case you want to watch for this low close to be taken out, which we'll look at soon. But just because we see red doesn't mean necessarily bad, right? We could be doing this. We could break out next time, right? Or we could ping pong again here a little bit longer, right? And then we'll do that. Or, right, the flip side of that is, we take out this low. So don't focus on this diagonal line, right? Diagonal lines are relatively meaningless. They're just showing you the trend, right? But, we have closing prices. We have 1 touch point, 2 touch point, even a little bit more bullish reverse before the line. So hopefully we can gain some momentum back to the upside. We just need to flip this back to support, right? Where would this fail, right? It starts to break down here under 66.5, 66K really. If we get a close, right? So you want to use close prices on your line charts, right? So closes. If we take this out, not only do I think we sweep these lows, but we're probably got some more downside to go, or at least more consolidation, right? Okay, so that's what we're looking for not just today, but perhaps tomorrow into the weekly close. If we can close above here, right, 68.5, our next target is our triple peak area, right? At resistance, 71, low 71, 71.4 takes that out, and then, price discovery's back on and full bull mode. Everyone's in up only, mass hysteria again. Okay, we're not that far away from that. To the downside, right? We could do that because we did confirm this as a triple top on the short term. I tweeted this out right as we were happening that if we take out this low, remember, double tops, triple tops don't confirm at the top. They confirm after the lows are taken out. So right here, did we confirm a triple top here? No. Here? No. It was this candle right here. This confirms that as a triple top, way increasing your odds. That's all you have, right? Nothing's for sure, but your odds shoot way up that you're going to go much lower, or at least a significant amount. And how much? Well, I'll show you that in just a minute. But after we confirm this, right, even though we bounced, right, after you confirm a pattern, it's very likely that you're going, to play that out, right? So patterns, even the best patterns only have about, a 70-30 win ratio. So even if it's textbook, nothing's 100%. Keep that in mind. But so how do you measure this move? Well, an easy rule of thumb, right? Wherever your trend was, right? The rectangle consolidation, you can just take like the high close to the low close, roughly, right? Get your little measured move there, and then you can see your target when you break that. Should have taken us relatively right close to the 200, which it did. A little bit even through it with momentum, and that's relatively normal too. So just a outside rule if you're like, oh, I wonder if we see another double top or triple pop or a double bottom, triple bottom, right? You can do that pretty quick and easy, right? So that's what we're watching for Bitcoin. Altcoins can really start to soar again if Bitcoin kind of holds the line and just relatively calm, but also putting people's minds at ease. And not this super volatility mode that we've been in, right? This a lot of chop, right? Up and then sideways down, super down, back up, just kidding, right? That doesn't help altcoins as you're seeing like today, right? What would help Bitcoin or altcoins start to fly again is coming up here, right? Like above 69K and 70K and just kind of holding up here and going sideways there. Until that happens, altcoins are probably going to, more or less lose value against Bitcoin. And not only that, but we have Bitcoin dominance likely breaking out perhaps this week, right? You can see here, right? This is a weekly chart now, right? Going back to October, Bitcoin dominance has been cooking, right? So now he's cooking, right? It's potential breakout here, right? If that happens, alts are going to continue to lose value against Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if prices go up or down. Bitcoin dominance can go up if prices are dropping. Bitcoin sucks the liquidity out of altcoins when this happens. And if this goes way the hell up here, which I do think that's going to happen, right? Especially with a consolidation for 160 days, right? Sideways consolidation right at a key level, right? I mean, it's been here since October, building up with higher lows. I mean, the lows started forming in August of 2023. Once this breaks out, right, alts are going to be rough against Bitcoin, right? It doesn't say that some alts won't outperform, right? Fetch, Solana, those have been great against Bitcoin, right? So not saying that the prices can't increase, but for the most part, this is going to be rough for alts for a little bit. Now, once we get up here and we start to see, what we saw last cycle, let's go look at this, right? Where we see this downfall, right? Think back to here. This is where coins like Matic did a 20,000% move here. Like, that's not a joke. Matic did 20,000% last cycle, right? It's not until these downturns where alts start moving. So if your coin hasn't moved yet, right, look at Bitcoin dominance. It's been doing the opposite. Don't worry. We're still early, right? We have time. We need Bitcoin dominance to just show some signs of reversal. And I don't think that's coming until we get up here. So again, right, here's our swing lows. You're like, why the hell is this there? Right, previous swing lows, like swing highs back here. Likely Bitcoin dominance is going higher. Not that much higher, right? It's not like end of the world shit. Not like New York City earthquakes, right? We don't need to panic that much. But just as a general rule of thumb, if you're worried about your altcoin and it hasn't done a whole lot yet, right? It's not the time. Alt season's not even close. Right? Go look at the alt season index. You could just pull this up on blockchaincenter.net. It's free, right? You have altcoin season, altcoin month, altcoin year, right? We're not even close, right? Look at the chart. Nothing. We're just in midland zone, right? You had some coins doing pretty well in January of this year, right? 2 or 3x. Sure. This is where Fetch did really well. Some of the AI coins did really well, right? It was like an alt week at best. Not alt season. We have to get up here and stay up here. Like, look at the last cycle. Holy hell. Look how many times we were up there. 2019, 2020, 2021. Like, many times. We've just blipped above it one time so far. Our true alt season will be way the hell up here. And that's when we can get, slap your mom gains, right? FU money up here. It's up here. It's not here. This is, please help. This is Santa's little helper, hold out a tin cup. What can we sell to keep the boat afloat? That's where we are now. So don't panic, right? We're not there yet. Bitcoin dominance. If I haven't made that crystal clear, it should be now. All right. What else? You want to watch Tether dominance? We'll get to the chat in a minute. So if I'm ignoring you, it's not time yet, right? Tether dominance, weekly. So we're in, let's take this down a notch, right? Let's put on linear scale, the chart that we're looking at that you've probably seen. So up diagonal again, diagonal trend line since late 20, right? We've hit it each time we bounce, right? Note these key areas, right? If you haven't seen this before, this could be pretty eye-opening, right? So when Tether dominance bounces off of here, right? Keep this in mind. The last big bounce we got off of this line was November 2021. Does that ring any bells? How about before that? February 2021, March, April, May 2021, where we got these huge moves up. Crypto moves hugely down. but we've only tapped it once. Look at all these touch points back here, right? And not only that, but we're not in the same shape we were back here. We are now under the 200 week, which is this pink line. We're under the resistance zone. We're under all moving averages for the first time ever. So just because we bounced a little bit doesn't mean like it's all over, right? I would argue that, and we talk about this on our Telegram group all the time, that we're just a bounce in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend. And this is just like the crypto bear market, right? Move down, bear flag up, move down, right? Even if we go up a little bit longer, it could be end of April, maybe even May, right? We could get up here again under the underside retest of the 200 week. Right? That would pause crypto for a while, a month or two, but then likely continuing on back down to our lows again, 2%, right? This is when crypto, euphoric times again, the Valhalla, the Chainlink plaid, whatever, right? That's those times, right? And we're just not there yet. So Tether working on a little bit of a bounce. If you go to the short time frame, like let's go to daily chart real quick, right? These are important things to watch. So yeah, short time frame, we have a low, we have a higher low, but we also have a high and a lower high so far. So it's going to really be key what we do right here. Are we going to break through and close up here? If so, likely crypto is on pause for a month or two. That's all, until we reject at some point. At some point, that's the likelihood, because we're in a downtrend. It's under the 200 week. It's bearish. This is bearish. Right? So don't fall for it. Even if it comes up here and crypto goes a little bit lower, right? We're still in the middle of a bull run, right? So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. All right. What else we got? Okay, now we get to some Bitcoin cups. All right. Let's get to the requests. That's the word I'm looking for. All right. First things first. First request for Ando. And we'll just go down the list. If I don't read your comment or I don't do your coin, just ask again. Or I just don't like you. What else? Let me just read through the chat real quick. Yeah, the stream's probably lagging. I'm getting a warning message from YouTube. So apologies for that. Has me opening a widget. All right. Well, let me know if it gets worse. Okay, just type in the chat if it gets terrible. We can try again later. Okay, so let's get to our requests. So thanks for joining again. If you're tuning in, let's get to actual crypto. There we go. And if you want a particular, Binance or Coinbase, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just pick one. Okay. So Coinbase likely has less history than Binance, but whatever. Daily chart, we're holding the line at 21 EMA. Didn't really respect it last time, so you want to use each individual's coin. So each chart needs to respect a certain line. So we only have one touch. Actually, let's go look and see if Binance has this better. I would like to get more history here. Let's look at that one. That's not it. So let me do this again. I know it has more history, right? There we go. Let's look at Binance. I'm sure it's been on there longer. Not much longer. So if you got an exchange, it's got more history. I'd like to see it. And also, like, if you're wanting to chart and TA coins that are this young, like it's kind of still up in the air, right? You'd preferably you'd want a coin with at least like 6 months of history minimum. Ideally, the longer the better, the more accurate you can get. So I mean, like if you pull up a weekly chart and it's just doing that, like what levels are you gonna buy at? Like where's the massive support? It's non-existent, right? 4-hour chart, right? So these coins, you're just hoping for a bigger move in the years ahead, the months ahead. TA is like it's not going to have any super important levels. If you're going to argue one, right, you might have to drop down to the 4-hour, in which case it's already like not very strong, but I would go with this one. Previous swing highs, flip this zone to support. You have your 200 EMA right there. So 70 cents looks like a good spot. something in that area, or you should be holding these long term, right? You're not looking to swing trade some kind of new coin, just as a general rule of thumb. All right, let's look at next one is Vara. All right, we got a little more history here. So we'll start on the weekly. Not that much more, do we? All right, so this is a victim of the bear market, right? So no play there. I don't have any issue with that, right? If you see these big downturns right at 2023 when they came into the market, really, no big deal there. So we got to go into a little bit lower time frame. 3 days, still a little sketchy, right? On at least TA levels. So, I mean, the breakout, I mean, look at these. Really, the only bounce right when it was starting in the bear market is right there. And this is likely why you're getting these tops right here. So we're going to have to see a close above 15 cents. If we do that, then I think we can start to explode. But until then, right, that's the lid. Right, you're kind of trapped until you can flip that. You got really 3 big key levels here, right? Big move, only bounce in the bear market. You got a big bounce here. And that was a huge one. 70% move, nice. Then cooled off again, and then another massive move again, rejected right at the same level. So to me, you gotta really wait to get bullish here, right? If you don't want to live through something like that again, or live through that again, or live through maybe it does that again, right? Just put a buy order like above this wick here, right? If it does that, maybe it really takes off. Right, buy the breakout, or you buy support, which case this doesn't really respect any level of support so far. So it's a little bit more risky. Again, maybe a long-term play. In which case, dollar cost averaging at 10 cents, maybe you buy a little bit more at 8 cents. If it comes all the way back down, you buy some more at 6 cents, and you buy some more on the breakout, right? Something like that. Hopefully that helps. Appreciate the Chainlink updates. You're welcome. Try to keep on top of that. Not many people are talking about Chainlink anymore because it seems to be kind of stuck in the mud. But what's once stuck gets unstuck usually, unless it drowns. Chainlink's not likely drowning. Multi-billion-dollar market cap, right? So not really worried. It's kind of if not when. ADA, let's go look at ADA. I don't get a whole lot of requests for that either. I think ADA is a little bit more stuck as well, as far as like the bigger market cappers. Bigger market cappers, that's not a real word. So in my book, right, ADA's got to get back above it like $1.20 to really interest me again. Because look, from the lows, it's only up 140%. Like you can basically almost throw a dart at any coin on here and it's above that, right? Most coins, not all of them, but up 140% from the lows is cool, man. It's not really piquing my interest, right? And it shouldn't pique your interest either. Hopefully this is not your biggest bag, right? There's many coins that are outperforming this, right? Bias aside, right? I try to give you the straightforward cut, right? I don't, if you don't like it, I don't care. I try to get you the best information, right? What you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? So yeah, it's holding the 21 week, but damn. We have, what do you want here? It's got to do a 2x to really get to where I'm like, oh, I guess I'll pay attention again, right? I'm just some coins are there, some coins aren't, right? I had a ton of ADA last cycle. I don't have much of any of it this cycle. I do like that. It's broken above this zone. Now it's here. Head and shoulders, I don't really see what you're talking about here. If you're talking about this is your shoulder, you don't want to try to anticipate a pattern when it's not even remotely close yet. If you're trying to think that this is a shoulder and this is a potential head, and we haven't even started a shoulder yet, like don't do that, right? You don't want to get caught in that sense. Maybe on the 3-day, if you're looking for patterns, right, you want to tell me which chart you're looking at here. But no, I wouldn't think that that's a head and shoulders by any shape at all just yet. In fact, I like the fact that it makes this move up. right? It's up the stairs, right? It's making higher highs and higher lows. That's what you want to see. You want to see that continue, and you can continue that indefinitely as long as you continue to hold your 21 week. Any coin that's under the 21 week EMA, I would reduce my position or get out altogether at this point. Luckily, ADA is still holding that, but it's right there. All right. Hopefully the stream is better. Let's see what else. Mantra. Let's do it. Let's go to, I mean, KuCoin's got to be better. All right. Jesus, what a move. Pretty awesome there. So from the lows, this looks about like ADA, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like, imagine you're all in either ADA or this one. You're slightly up on this one over ADA. So up just in the past 100 days, you're up just a marginal 3,000%. No big deal. So yeah, that looks kind of like what you'd want to be in. So far, so good. Holding even the 21 day, right? Respects the 21. Hold it there, move up, come back, retest, break out, come back. Even hold if you're holding the higher moving averages like the 8 and the 14, even more bullish, right? Even on the most really deep dips, it's still respecting the 21. It was just there again. Good sign out of this one. So kudos to you if you got in early on this one. Geez, 2 cents to 70 cents, pretty good. I think that's the kind of the coin everyone's looking for. You also want to be aware of coins that are in this kind of pattern here that are already here, or maybe are down like this, right? You see these like little bowls like that, and they're like forming resistance, right? Bigger moves are coming. There's some coins that are still in this position, okay? So you want to do some research and pay yourself, right? Especially like look at the daily, like look at that. Like you could see this coming, right? And there's still other coins that you can still see that haven't done this move yet. Right, look at this. This is like textbook cup and handle here. Big move here. Hit resistance at the lid line again. Come back, consolidate. Good night. Those are what you want to find. Preferably in this area because you're turning much more bullish here than you were. No, hindsight's always 20/20, but who knows if this was like the top and then it was going to come back down here, right? You got to kind of wait for something to build. Right, and then try to get in either like here or on the move back down right before this move, right? Even if you got in at 30 cents, you're up pretty good, right? Well over 2x your money just even currently, and can't even imagine, you'd be triple your money in a week and a half. Pretty good. All right, so good on you if you got in this. Anytime under 35 cents, that's pretty great. I don't think we're gonna go back there. So if that's any significance to you, right? If you got into this before, I mean, I would think worst case, like everything hits the fan. I would guess that would be like the worst case scenario. I don't anticipate that happening, but good job. I like the market cappers coined phrase. Or I'm still getting warnings on Bitcoin or on YouTube. The stream health is not great, so I'm gonna have to adjust my bitrate. It looks like at some point, maybe for the next stream, I'll try to do that. All right. Appreciate it, Matt. Yeah, we'll look at render. Thanks for the compliment. That's why I created my channel. That's also why I don't grow very fast. It's because I just say how it is. Right? I don't have the 1000x altcoin gem. Nothing's going to 2 million% interest in the next 4 seconds, right? That's how BitBoy, like those guys get so big as they promise the world, and then if it doesn't happen, it's just like they lose some people, but they gain so many people, and the build up that, if you gain 1,000 and you lose 100, it's like keep doing that, right? But that's still BS, right? So I'm not going to change. If I don't grow, then I don't grow. Whatever. Render. Let's back on track. All right. Render is a good one to hold in the cycle, right? I I firmly believe that. So, and we've been talking about render since, September of last year, right? When it was, dollars. So we were looking at render back in this area. Now slightly higher than that. Throwback to the EMA 8. So key level, but like we just looked at on a lot of these coins, right? Where did it respect before? It should continue to respect that. So EMA 14 really for render on these moves, not really on the EMA 8. So we got to move down. But again, once you get these big moves, it should really start to hold those upper moving averages. So you're at support here. So textbook move is buying support. Are we going to go down more or not? Well, do you think render is going to be higher than $9 in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now? If the answer is yes, then you just dollar cost average into that coin at support, right? It's down 32% on one of the best performing, cryptos in this cycle so far. That's a pretty good buy. It's 33% off. Do you want to be greedy and say, oh, I'm going to wait and buy it 40% off? Or maybe you buy a little bit here and then you buy more if it does go, in fact, down here. $8. $8 is really about the line I would see holding, right? It held it back here. I mean, explosive moves. One of the best performers, one of the best charts in crypto. Worst case scenario, I mean, I don't really see it, but 50% discount at 680 all the way to the 21-week EMA. That would mean Bitcoin's probably at 50K, low 50s if this scenario plays out. Could happen, right? Obviously, but that's even from current prices, that's another 25+% down on one of the strongest alts. I don't see it. So I like where it's at now for at least, dollar cost averaging, right? Certainly on the stronger coins, right? And that's not this way on every coin, right? I wouldn't recommend buying every coin at the 8-week EMA, certainly. But for as strong as this has been, right? I mean, go look way back here, right? It's been at 30 cents, right? It's already up even currently 2,500%. It's been up almost 4,000%. I do think this has, much higher potential. And I've looked at, potentially, 100 triple digit coin here, right? It's not like hopes and dreams, right? We're looking at this is the fib extension here, right? Minimum, right? I would see $30, right? This cycle, like that's 100x from the lows, right? Not too bad. So yeah, I still think we're relatively early on this. Remember from our earlier in our stream, we looked at alt season. We're not even close, right? So if you missed that, go watch that early section on alt season and why I think that many coins haven't even begun to show what they can do. And I think render is included in that. Yeah, BitBoy's kind of gone, right? He's on the crazy train. Appreciate the compliments. Yeah, Fibonacci, I prefer moving averages and support and resistance over pretty much anything. Fibonacci's are okay, but general areas of interest, that's about all they are. They're not like shouldn't be predictive. They shouldn't be taken through stone. But I mean, you can kind of see how render even kind of generally held the 1618 already, right? But again, don't take them to like the penny. I'm getting all out at 1268, right? Starting to take profits at these levels is generally a decent idea. But you want to use that in conjunction with indicators, right? Market sentiment, everything together, and not just one certain indicator or, hopefully that makes sense. One, haven't heard that since last cycle. All right, let's go to it. All right, so lost a little bit of value here. All right, last cycle did quite well. We're currently down still 92%. And actually at the lows, it was down almost 98% from the highs. Right? Huge mover last time, for sure. Right? What was that move? Just a rough, I mean, look at it, 6,000%. Right? Pretty great. If you got in early. right? Is it going to do that again? I don't think so, right? I don't think any coin last cycle is going to go that looks like this. I should specify that. That looks like this is going to, exceed these highs, right? You think you're going to get another 5,000% move? I don't think so, right? But to get here from, that's just my opinion, but we're looking at another 1,300% to surpass all-time highs. So you got a 14x from current prices. Not that it's unimaginable, but that's hard for me to believe when it's at the at the low prices. It's up a whopping 186%, right? Right. If you're going to convince me that this is coming again, it should already be pretty good underway. We're still under the 200 week. By definition, you're more bearish than anything. Until you're above your 200 week, it's like get out of town. I mean, just for reference here, right? If you're not outperforming Bitcoin, why would you be holding that? Let's go look at Bitcoin's 200 week. I mean, that's like Bitcoin being at 20K still, right? Just putting this in perspective for you, it's Bitcoin's 125% above its 200 week, right? One is not there. I lost it. There it is. Say one is slightly different. So 125%, right? One would need to be keeping pace with Bitcoin. It'd have to be almost at 10 cents already. That's just keeping pace with Bitcoin. Hopefully this puts it in perspective, right? Watch your horses. You still have time. You still have time to fix this, but don't get caught this whole cycle holding coins that have the potential and coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? You still have time. We're not even close to alt season, right? Bitcoin dominance still has to go higher. Then it'll come back down, and then that's when alt season will start. I think we're still maybe a month to 3 months away, 1 to 3 months. So if you're still stuck in a lot of these coins, not that you can't do well, right? There's some that probably will, and prove me wrong. But for the most part, if your coins are still under the 200 week, and even Bitcoin is destroying the 200 week and 100% above it, like that should be relatively common sense here. Like just wake up from the days. You're in the days, right? You've probably been married a little too long. It's time to shut that door. I don't know, because that's what you do. If you've been married too long, you just shut the door. I don't know where I'm going with that. My mind thought it worked out well. It didn't work out well. Appreciate all the great comments, guys. Means a lot. Yeah, if we could get some likes, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully the stream's a little bit better. I gotta lower the bit stream. I get it. I'm still getting, like, YouTube won't give up on me. They just keep telling me to lower my bit rate. Whatever that means. We'll get there. So I think this month and next month will be red. I assume for Bitcoin, right? So let's look at the weekly. So we're still bullish. By definition, you have to be. You're above the EMA 8 on the weekly. Like, you can't be bearish here. There's potential bearishes. Bearishes, that's a new word, right? We just made it up. Bearishes. But if you're above the EMA 8 on the weekly and a massive uptrend, like, don't fade the trend, right? The trend is your friend. We've all heard that. We're still in an uptrend. Like, with no signs. There's no warnings. The last major warning we got in Bitcoin was way the hell back here. That was a shooting star on the weekly at the top of a rally. It played out, but minimally. I mean, after the close, we only went down like nothing, like 6% after a major weekly warning candle. We don't have anything like that here. That was indecision. That's spinning top. Here's a move down. Here was our chance to scare everybody. And no, we held the line and moved back up. Last week was bullish. Our highest weekly candle close ever. just last week, and yet everyone is like, I feel like in panic mode already. I mean, Bitcoin is down a massive 0.5% today. Might as well run for the hills, right? There's no proof here of anything bad yet. Okay, we don't see it, right? Even our indicators are still strength, full strength on the RSI. Potential, right? We have some potentials that we need to be watching at the weekly close. We're starting to potentially lose momentum. Just starting to potentially. MFI is still high, right? As long as this is in the 70s, like you're still super powerful with volume, right? The Fisher transform is confused, right? If the Fisher's transform's confused, you can't bet against it, right? If that doesn't know what's going to happen, nobody knows what's going to happen. The Fisher transform, if you don't use that, put it on your chart. Fisher, as in fishing. It's my best analogy. Fishing, Fisher transform. Find it, right? That'll help you a lot. Research that. We're nowhere close on the Mayer multiple to a potential top, right? We have to go way the hell up here. Very likely we're going to get up here at some point. Bitcoin's at 100K and we're at like 2.5 on the Mayer multiple. Yeah, I'm probably taking profits pretty aggressively, right? Doesn't mean it's the exact top, but it's a time to start thinking about profit taking, right? But look at this. Speaking of your little head and shoulders, right? Look at that move. There's your neckline and breakout. So if we come back here and we start to hold this, right? Everything has support and resistance. So maybe a month or so down or just chill, consolidate. That's normal for Bitcoin in this stage. But I mean, consolidation we just got weeks, the all-time high weekly close. I'm really confused as why everyone's in a panic here, right? We have the potential to panic, but we don't see any signs yet, right? Here's a little top candle followed by massive bearish follow through, right? We had that here as well. We don't have anything remotely close to that. You have to read the candles. That's the fastest way to know if we're in trouble, is the candles closing. Weekly, daily, monthly, anything. The candles will tell the story, not an indicator, certainly not one indicator, right? If it was just one indicator to tell you what was going to happen, don't you think the entire world would have caught on by now and just used that one indicator? Wouldn't it be like the golden indicator? No, right? Nothing is for certain. All right, monthly chart. Shit, right? We just closed the highest monthly last month, all 5 days ago of it, right? We could go all the way down to 52K and still, by definition, remain bullish. You're above the 8-month exponential moving average. Don't panic. Right? All right. So just stating the facts here. No, I don't really scalp. I don't really even swing. I just more... I used to do all that, but you can get chopped up so easy. I would generally recommend, unless you've been in the market for 5+ years and been successful and have a massive stack and you're just using part of that, just dollar cost average on red days into the bull run, which is, this is not even a big red day, right? It was a little bit earlier, but if you're down 5-10%, buy some of that coin, right? If you're down, another 5%, right? If you loved your coin at all-time highs, you should love it on a 10% discount. I mean, Fetch was just over $3, right? Fetch was at $3.50. Look at that move. It's down 25%, right? If you loved it at $3 or $3.50, you should love it at $2.60. Yeah, right. So don't think that trends have to fade, right? Trends are your friend. Great. Hey, Big Papa, appreciate the super chat. Awesome, rockstar. Bitcoin Cash, the one everyone loves to hate. Well, you should only hate it if it doesn't make you money, right? Let's go look at it. Don't hate anything, right? Forget memes, right? I don't hate memes. If memes make you money, right? I made a shit ton on Shiba Inu last month or last cycle, right? Who cares if everybody hates it? If it's paying you, great. If it doesn't pay you, then you should hate it, right? So Bitcoin Cash. Let's go look at, I mean, here's the fib extension here, right? Might as well, if you're going to base a projection on anything, it should be on fib, right? So the all-time high is 1650 roughly, right? So the 1618 is at 2600. Could I get that? Let's see where we got from here. So we're looking at, yeah, I mean, geez, it's less than a 4x away. Yeah, we could do that. So coins like this, right? We looked at a couple others earlier that are still lagging behind the coins that are already pumping. I have no beef with this, right? Here, why did it stop here? Well, look at the 382. Holy hell, right? Not a big deal, right? After you get above the 0.5, that's when you can really start to, gain your momentum to the upside. So 860 roughly, right? Just general area of interest. So we're not that far from here. Whether or not we consolidate, it's 30% away, right? If we go back down, I would look to, accumulate more around 500. That area, right? Why is that? Well, the EMA 8 is there, but not only that, you have your 236, 450 to 500. So I'd put that as your, kind of reaccumulation zone, support zone, roughly, right in that area. That's if this week or next, because these are rising pretty rapidly. Best case scenario is if a couple weeks pass, we're consolidating, and imagine the 21 week comes up here around 500, and we kind of chop around, right? Do that, right? And then we do that, right? It's done that before. I mean, look at this, right? Settle down to the 21, right? It's still gaining traction here, right? And break previous highs. Kaboom. Consolidate, EMA 8, really bullish. Consolidate, EMA 8, maybe even 21. Break again. Next target, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 860 on the next major breakout, like one of these candles. But if we show some hesitation at 850, 860, you'll know why. If you're going to get a Bitcoin sticker, not that anybody really would, but I think I found this on Amazon. It's like $6. So kind of expensive for a sticker, but it's really good. Pretty cool. Really thick. See what else we got. It's almost 12:30. We can keep going a little bit longer. Haven't done Chainlink. We can go look at Chainlink yet. Let's go look at it. All right. All right, so links move back down to the previous consolidation highs, right? Maybe that's consolidation lows. This is a good sign, right? Consolidating above previous consolidation. That's what you want to see. A breakout. If it consolidates, you don't want to come down here, right? That would be a warning for Chainlink. If it comes down and takes out these lows, that'd be bad. Shouldn't do that. So we're doing exactly what is normal, right? Move up. Consolidate again, holding above their 21-week EMA. Move up, consolidate again above your 21-week EMA. What's abnormal about this? This looks perfectly fine, right? The big move for Chainlink is stuck until 21-22 gets closed above with a weekly. We just have to close up here, and all the smoke clears, right? I know it's rough. It's if you're in Chainlink, you definitely have some patience for this, but if you stood around for this, why the hell are you complaining about this? That's mind blowing to me. I see that on X all the time. People are frustrated with Link. It was at $5. People that are complaining bought way the hell up here. Very likely. I would doubt anybody's complaining on Chainlink if they bought down here or previously before 2020. Right, or summer of 2020. Those people are not complaining. Those people are still happy. And there's nothing abnormal about this, right? Chainlink is doing much better chart-wise, not my opinion. I mean, pull up this chart versus half a dozen other billion-dollar-plus market cap charts. It's still outperforming it. I mean, look at the 200-week. It's way the hell down at $10. Right? We're still doing good. So I don't see the reason for panic unless you bought way too damn high and you're trying to get your money back before you exit. Did you buy at 30, 40, $50, like, yeah, I would be pissed too, right? But, you know, just you have to live with your bad decisions, right? You can't buy the highs and then get frustrated with the coin. So the 4-hour chart, right? Swing low support, 1650-ish or so, right? That's kind of our first dollar cost average area. We said that back in here as well in our videos, if you remember, right? Because that's our previous resistance zone, flip to support zone. So if we come back down here again, we might break through it, but we're still good. You just saw in the weekly chart, we're still well fine, right? So there's nothing abnormal here. I don't see anything to be overly bearish about. We're in a short-term downtrend, right? High, high, low. We're trying to put in a higher low, right? We're trying to reverse this little downtrend that we've been in for a massive amount of 15 days. Like, okay, so we're looking to put a higher low in. If we come down and take out this low, we're probably going to, like, you know, 15 area, right? We'll look at this more next week on, you know, our Chainlink updates. But for now, that's kind of the weekly macro and the short-term 4-hour. If you remember when Link was at $1.20, you got in before me, bud. Good on you. Okay, let's go look at I thought I did VRA earlier. I think I got another request for something up in here. Kava. All right, let's go do Kava. All right, my contacts are getting dry. I don't know what's going on there. I have to change those out. Anybody else wear contacts? I've never had great luck with the brands. I've tried every brand of contacts. None of them do well. Like perpetually dry eyes. All right, let's go start off on the weekly or maybe the monthly. We've been in here for a while. Right. All right, so it looks like we're still in the consolidation phase, right? Which is, you know, a sign that we're still a little stuck here, right? We're under the 21 week, right? And what we said earlier is, like, if your coins are still under the 21 week, well, excuse me, that was the 21 month. So, okay, we are above the 21 week, but not by much, and it hasn't done much. So this is another one of the warning coins. Like, you don't want to ride the slow donkey all the way through the horse race, okay? The fact that we haven't gone much of anything off of the lows here, right? And we can even go off the 2023 lows. We're not even up a 2x yet, right? We've done that, but we haven't been able to hold it currently. I mean, there's currently coins up, you know, 500% or more, 1,000%, 100%. Yeah, no, 1,000%. That's crazy to say when we're looking at 74% mover, right? Not that it can't move, but it just seems stuck to me, right? And it should seem stuck to you too, right? So looking at this, right? Why is it's still stuck? I mean, look at these lows from 2020, and then this low here, these highs from 2020, lows. I mean, this is the resistance zone, and it has not been able to break through it yet. It tried way back in about a year ago, May of 2023, but why did it reject? Well, there it is, right? Swing lows here, swing lows here, swing high here. That's your resistance, $1.40. Until it gets above that, it's gonna struggle, right? And that might be for another month. It might be for another year. So you have to, you know, ask yourself, are you willing to hold this until maybe, like the one day maybe, right? Or you want to, you know, exit half of this or 20% and put it into something new and, you know, roll the dice, right? Or put it into Solana or a coin that's been performing. I mean, you could go to, you know, anything I got here in teal is on my list. So, I mean, you got Fetch, Ajax, Ocean, Injective. I mean, Fetch has done a 10x since I've been looking at it in September, right? We were talking about this in our Telegram group, literally at 20 cents. Ajax, same thing. Ocean, same thing. Render was at $2. Injective was like $7. We're talking about these, right? Those are performers. The charts. You don't have to take my word for it. Just click on any random chart. Does that look the same? Right? Just look at it. that chart, flip over to a better chart, right? Ride the waves of strength, right? You're in the tide pool. The tide pool can trap you, right? Just my general thoughts here. Trying to help you out. All right. What else we got? AVAX, good request. VRA, VARA. All right. Streams go fast. Apologies. We'll do VRA, and then we'll do AVAX. Then we'll probably about the times. Need to go eat some lunches. It's Friday. That's cool. Maybe we'll do a weekend live stream at some point. Maybe we'll get some more people. Where am I at? VRA. Not to be confused with VARA. Anybody else got any VARASs? All right. All right, so here we go. So weekly, we must have talked about this at some point before, right? Previous top, here's our kind of flip level. We did break it momentarily. We have a high and our higher high, but it's still kind of getting the gears going. So if we come back down, we'd want to hold, roughly that. Worst case scenario, we're looking at, this flat bottom here. That's still ways down. I mean, damn, it's way the hell down off that high, over almost 60%. Currently down 50%. So, I'm not that as bearish on this one as I would be some others. This maybe has some signs of life, but damn. So I don't know where you bought at, but 6,000 roughly percent, and down. We're still down 90%. So I don't know where your break even is. I would guess most of these coins that if they're not going to get back to all-time highs would generally, even in a nice bull run, right? If you bought, anywhere south of, 5 cents, I think you'll probably at least get back to break even. So you want to, damn it, give me my box. All right. So looking at this, right? You see this area? I think we'll get back to here. So if you bought anywhere less than this, then I think you can come out of it. But is that worth it? Right? You're gonna make another 6-7x potentially, right? This is just my opinion, right? It might go to 10,000x like you want it to, but a lot of these coins that made these massive moves, what's the reasoning that it's going to make another massive move? Right? When you have all these new coins being minted on a daily and weekly basis that attracts attention. The meme coins have been, your meme coins are outperforming the best use cases in crypto, right? Just follow the money. Forget the fundamentals. As crazy as that is to think about, right? Follow where the money is. If it's not paying you, why are you in it? Right? So if you've got in this at, a third of a cent, right? Okay, well, then we're good. But if you've got in this and you're locked in at 4 cents or something, and you're just trying to get your money back, well, do you think there's any other coins that are going to do more than a 6x in the next year? Or are you going to, hold your feet to the fire and hope that you just break even? There's many coins that'll do 6x in the next 2 or 3 months, okay? Like that, as soon as alt season starts, there'll be some right out of the gate that are just 2 or 3xing in weeks. So that's my only concern with coins, and there's a lot of them, right? I'm not picking on this one. But there's a shit ton of coins that look like this, okay? Do some checks. Do some research. Save yourself. All right. Wow, bought Link below 20 cents. That's amazing, man. So you got it at 20 cents and you didn't exit at $50? Or $40? Jesus, man. Yeah, I know that's rough. The tax thing always definitely throws you for a loop a little bit. KSM. $20 to $50. I'm good. No profits needed. All right, are you catching the drift here? This I had to double check to see if I clicked the right chart. It's the same chart. Look at VRA and KSM, right? You catching a drift here? How about Kava? How about VRA? How about KSM? Right? We're still in the mud. We got to get unstuck quickly here. You can still save it, but if alt season comes and you're still dilly-dallying around, you got to shoot the horse, right? You got to jump. You make it as hard as it is. Rip the Band-Aid off, shoot your horse, and get a new pony, okay? If alt season starts, right? You could still hold it, or if you go back under your 21 week, it's like not worth it, right? That's a sign of major weakness. Go back under. We're right there right now, right? We can zoom in here, right? Ideally, right? You got to take this high out, and then you don't want to give that back away, right? We did it. We tried it again, but this is where it's got to hold the line. I mean, to me, I would be, shooting my horse like under 35. So if you bought in anywhere south of 35, you're probably good, right? I don't think we're going to go that much lower. But if you bought in higher than that and you're just trying to break even or, get out at 50, did you get in at 50, 40? It looks like a slower mover to me, right? And you don't take my word for it. I mean, just go to the weekly chart, zoom out, right? Show me the proof, right? Are you making money? Again, do your checks. Compare your chart to Fetch. Is your coin doing better than Fetch? Right? Let's just do a little simple check. Right? This is a reality check for some of you. I get it. Okay, same chart, weekly zoomed out. All right. The silence. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? Don't get married to a coin that's still stuck in the mud. You have to just walk away from it. Shut the door, right? If you've been married a long time, sometimes the doors need to be shut. I know it's like as soon as I sell or as soon as I switch, it'll go then. Right? Slap yourself and make it happen, right? All right. Just my opinion on those, right? I could be totally wrong. Shut the door on ADA. George, welcome. How's those earthquakes going? Earthquake in New York City earlier, 10 a.m. If you didn't hear about that. That's pretty crazy. That don't happen too often there. Right after the Taiwan one, right? So maybe something's afoot. Injective. I have not done Injective. One of my favorite ones this run. Done pretty well so far. If you haven't been able to tell which one of my favorites, it's all the shit in the teal. Okay, Injective. Right? We were now back at swing low support. After this, batshit crazy move, Injective was at $1 not that long ago, right? These are moves, right? After making a 3,000% move, it's still up from the lows, roughly 2,000%. Still a good shot. Now what else are we at? Well, we're also at the 21-week EMA. Right? Look, and swing low support and near the 1618. Okay? So this is all good signs for support. So I got a good amount of Injective, right? We're good on this one. I like this one. The chart looks good, right? You don't take my, I like this coin. Like, it's a multi-billion-dollar coin. What I say is going to mean shit. Okay? But look at the chart. Show me better charts than this. Now, it's been consolidating for a hell of a long time. And it's due for a firecracker to the upside. And I really thought we got it here, right? It fooled me a little bit. That should have broken out a little bit more, but kind of a victim of Bitcoin topping too. So as soon as we come back up to, the 43 level again, then I think we'll see some more fireworks. And, fireworks, that's fireworks, right? From $8 to 40 in, 2 months. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So right now we're at swing low support on a multi-billion-dollar market cap, right? And something with, serious volume like this. And already, we're down. Shit, we went down 40%, over 40% to the lows, swing lows. That's plenty for a multi-billion-dollar high-performing altcoin, okay? It's there. Probably the king of DeFi, maybe one of them, maybe the prince for this cycle. We'll go with that. The chart wise, right? Chart long consolidation equals massive breakouts. Long consolidation, massive breakouts. Long consolidation, next move should be pretty good, right? We hit almost the 2618 here, right? The next move, I would guess the 3618, so 75. From the high close, that would get us, another 75% move. And you're like, well, we can't do that. Nothing moves that quick, right? Look at this move, 330%, right? Over 300%. You think we can't get another 75%? Get real, right? So that's my story on Injective. I think it's going to do well. And just based on the chart, right? I mean, it's at the 21 week. It's like you buy support, you sell resistance. That was resistance, but we did break it. And, I'm feeling it trapped some people up here, right? I didn't, luckily I bought, here and lower, but, yeah, that was not fun. But, just in the bull run, right? You're going to get saved. If you've bought the Pico top so far, right? Say Fetch, you bought Fetch at 347, you're going to get rescued, right? In a bull, as long as you don't mess it up, right? You can easily overtrade these times and destroy yourself. The best moves in a bull run, from my experience being here, on 8 years now, just buy and do nothing else. Just buy dollar cost average on red days or weeks. When your coin's down 5%, 10%, add to it. As long as it doesn't look like it's stuck in the mud, right? Now, going all in on Fetch right now, maybe not be the best scenario, but even if you did, right? Do you think Fetch is going to go higher than 263 in the next 12 months? Right? Yeah, those questions. You gotta roll these questions around. Oh, it just barely made the live. Aaron, one of the first, early long time subscribers. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, you don't usually make the live streams, so welcome. Now we're over. Now we're done. Goodbye. No, I'm about ready to end it here. We've been on for over an hour. But you can watch all this back. You can pretend it's live. So we got Injective done. We got Earthquake equals potential buy indicator, of course. Synapse. Yeah, we could do that one. Kind of probably round it up there. Probably round it off. Get your questions for next one. We'll try to do some streams, more streams, at least every Friday. I feel like Friday is good. Vibing Friday. So Synapse, one of the early coins, right? We're still young. We're still in the baby steps. We haven't even started yet, right? I was talking about this earlier in the stream, how some of these coins are still looking, ready to go and in prime, and you want to try to catch before they break out. Well, Synapse breaks out above $2. Looking good. Nice early move, right? And, being at this stage here versus you have your coins that have been around for, 4 or 5 years and are still at this stage, right? Those are way, don't even compare. Those are different ballparks. So we're here now. We're still on a low simmer. And I think Synapse is going to really, maybe be one of the higher performers this cycle. So just my opinion on that. You can still buy this on Coinbase, and that's a rare to have. I think this is around 300 million market cap. Pretty great, right? Plenty of potential, right? 10x, 20x, 30x. I think this is one of the potentials. Okay, this is it. So we're looking good, right? On the weekly, holding the EMA 8 weekly. Let's go look at the daily, right? Because younger coins, you want to look at some shorter time frames. And it's chopping around a little bit, and that's typical of newer coins. They just like a kid, they don't even know what the hell they're doing, right? Just like newer coins are just like trying to fumble around, but this is a good sign. These lows break out, come back, still held those lows. Those are good signs. Where do you want to be buying that? Really ideal is to like buy something here, even if it's not the low, like showing that you held that and then you're a bullish bar afterwards. Really good sign. And not only that, but then you got another opportunity here at $1.10. And really, when it comes down to it, like if this is going to go to $10 or $20, it doesn't matter if you bought $1.40, $1.50, or $1.20. No, of course not. Right. So younger coin, one of them, but it's on my list of ones that I'm personally getting into. So not financial advice, but these are them, right? We led the way with Fetch, Ajax, Ocean, Injective. This was, going on, 8 months ago, we're talking about those, much lower prices. The newer ones I'm looking at are down here, just general, check them out, right? Go on CoinMarketCap, look at blank pages, right? You can just Google it, right? Or not Google it, fucking CoinMarketCap it. Don't Google anything. So look at the market cap on this one. So this is another one I'm just watching. This I could make a whole live stream on just talking about CoinMarketCap. Maybe we'll do that at some point. But just type it in, right? Having 14 days away. Do your research. Look at your market caps. What was the high? What was the low? How long has it been? Right? You can get all that here. All-time high, all-time low. What was the date? How many coins are in supply? What's the circulating supply? What's the max market cap? What's the fully diluted market cap? Right? You want to be aware of all of those things if you're invested or interested in investing in any coin first. You have to, don't just take it off of some dude on Reddit that says, oh, this coin's going to 100x this cycle. Shut up. Like, why? Go look at CoinMarketCap. All right. All right. We'll end it on shut up. Go look at CoinMarketCap. Appreciate y'all being here. Aaron Webb, you made it just in time to cut off. We'll do more. Thanks so much. Appreciate each and every one of you, except for the New York earthquake. I don't appreciate that. Disrespect. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Check out my weekly indicators, weekly videos. Maybe I talk about some indicators. Join our Telegram group, or we have a public one. We have a private one. You get a lot of extra content. Twitter, find me there. I'll still call it Twitter because if I just say X, it's like, am I starting a sentence with spelling something, or am I telling you strike one? What, Roman numeral 10? What are we doing? Right? Twitter.